Ever since moving into my own space, it's been really important for me to make sure it stays clean. That seems obvious, but for someone like me that cooks all the time, I'm constantly doing random things in the apartment, lounging, playing video games, and I have a ton of items and packages arriving all the time, it's not easy. Case in point, this section of my apartment that really needs to get cleaned out. All manner of dust and debris and even wet stains can happen on these wood floors, which, when I was looking for a new place to live, these had to be a part of it. With hardwood floors comes hard responsibility, to keep it spotless that is. And that's where Roborock, the sponsor of this video, has already been such a great resource for cleaning tools that have helped me keep the floors looking like the day I moved in. But I'm always looking for even better tools for the job, and that's when Roborock said, we get it, just compare it to ours. Hey, it's Josh Vergara, what's going on everybody? That's exactly what we're going to do in this video by putting some of the elbow grease in with a couple of great mopping vacuums. This right here is the Roborock F25 GT, and that is the Tineco Floor 1 S5. Now, first things first, thanks to Roborock for sponsoring this video. Their products have been helping keep my floors clean, from wood finishes to the few carpeted areas that I do happen to have, but sometimes I do want to do some of the cleaning myself instead of letting, let's say, a robot do it for me. Sometimes in the kitchen area in particular, there's a lot of random food bits on the floor and stains from spilt tea or coffee or soups, so mopping stick vacuums like these make a lot of sense. Roborock wanted me to try theirs compared to a main competitor, and that's what we have right here. Now, it's pretty obvious based on how I'm framing all of this, but the Roborock F25 GT has managed to one-up the Tineco Floor 1 S5 in a number of ways, and that includes in one really important place: the price. But we'll get to that a little bit later. After all, Tineco didn't do a bad job at all with their mop, but we're going to explore the ways that Roborock have put the work in so that my work gets a little bit easier. First off, the core of any product like this, sucking things up. These are still vacuums despite the wide rolling mops. The Roborock F25 GT manages to deliver 20,000 Pascal units of suction power that supports the soaking up of any wet elements on the surfaces getting cleaned, making every pass effective enough to not require extra passes. This is helped along by what Roborock call the jaw scrapers, which addresses one of the main pain points of most vacuum cleaners and mops: hair. Hair can get tangled in the rolling unit and reduce the efficacy of the overall cleaning process. The jaw scrapers ensure that any such materials don't get stuck on the rolling mop, keeping it clear so that it can do what it was meant to do: mop. They even help the mop stay clean itself by essentially rubbing up against the mop to squeeze and scrape out dirty water, which helps minimize wet marks made by liquids both carried and picked up. None of the features I just mentioned are actually found in the Tineco Floor 1 S5, which sports 10,000 Pascal units of suction, which isn't bad, but more power is always more useful when it comes to getting things off the floor. And without things like the jaw scrapers, the Tineco mopping vacuum might be either losing efficiency at full cleaning or, worse, spreading some of all of that liquid and stuff around if the roller mop isn't consistently being cleaned out. Reach is also a big priority for the Roborock F25 GT in more ways than one. Now, take a look at these two roller mops. Do you notice a difference? The Roborock mop is actually flush to both sides, making this a more effective edge cleaner because you can use either side. Edge cleaning can be a pain sometimes on the Tineco because you have to make sure you're faced the correct way for its roller to actually get into those edges. Another way that reach is addressed in the Roborock is in how low it can actually get. The F25 GT can literally lie flat and put its stick area at about the same level as the main unit, making it easier to maneuver under low clearances like its auto robotic siblings. The Tineco, and actually many other stick vacuums that I have tried to use, have a limit to their angling, which makes the shaft literally bump into the low clearances, thus limiting where it can go. There's also another detail here that is a bit of creativity on Roborock's part. It's actually where the water tank is. It's lower on the unit, basically on the business end. This is compared to having it along the shaft, where on the Roborock, the dirty tank actually is, which you will clean out after every session. The result is a lower center of gravity, one that helps add a bit more pressure that the F25 GT can put on the floor when the clean water tank is actually full. Now, don't get me wrong, both mopping vacuums do benefit from a little bit more weight when the tanks are full, but it just feels a little bit more obvious and thus a bit more effective of a detail on the Roborock. And once it's all said and done, the vacuums have to get freshened back up for future cleaning sessions. That means going back to the base stations, one of which is actually powered and cleans things up on top of being a charging dock. Also, allow me to take this time to remind you that no matter what kind of vacuum you're dealing with, stick or robot, always make sure that once you're done, the dirty water tank gets dumped and aired out in case more intense stains or spills were being cleaned. Even if the sealing on the tanks is good with any given unit, it's worth preventing even the slightest bit of smell. The thing is, sometimes that stuff stays on the roller, and that's where Roborock's base station employs some extra help via high temperature washing. The dock uses high temperatures to really get the roller clean, as it basically runs in place to wring anything out that it might still be carrying. Heating is also applied afterward, helping the mop dry off quicker and thus get back into fighting shape faster. Any amount of heat-supported washing or drying in the dock is simply not available in the Tineco. While personal cleaning of these rollers might be needed from time to time, the dock on the Roborock is just trying to make sure that it doesn't have to happen very often at all. A clean living space is important, and the tools that help to make it all happen are important as well. Both of these mopping vacuums can and probably will do a good job at maintaining a clean floor, but Roborock went ahead and provided features that I actually didn't know I needed until I tried them for myself. The part that surprises me the most about this comparison is how much you actually get in the F25 GT for a price that pretty significantly undercuts that of the Tineco Floor 1 S5. While the Tineco cleaner puts up a good fight and is certainly no slouch, Roborock might have pulled away in this comparison with what could be considered a clean sweep. Once again, a big thanks to Roborock for giving me a chance to see the difference between these two cleaners, which also means that my floors are pretty damn clean right now. Well, minus the main area that I showed you at the beginning of this video that still needs some work. But that's a me problem, and the rest has been handled best by the F25 GT right here for my floor cleaning needs. Thanks to Roborock for that and for sponsoring this video. But from there, I'm going to go ahead and call it on this one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and enjoy your tea, everybody.